All right, welcome back, David Young, Dr. David Young, cardiologist.
All right, thank you. Thank you for having me back on.
Yeah, thanks for being back in. It's kind of cool.
Yeah.
You know, I'm still a little bit in awe that at Barton in South Lake, we never had really a cardiology department.
Yeah. Well, they've needed it for a long time.
Well, I would think.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, right? I mean, it's people die from what? Like either from the brain, something happens with the brain, something happens to the heart, something happens to your, what's the other one? Your lungs.
Your
right?
lungs.
Isn't it one of those three things that ends up killing you? Like,
yeah, it's
ultimately?
one of those three.
We have one of the departments not even covered.
Yeah, well, heart disease is the #1 killer in our country.
Is it really?
Yeah, one in 4 people die of heart disease.
And what are, like, name a bunch of heart disease. Like, I mean, I think
like
a heart attack.
Heart attack's a big one. Okay, that's the most common thing that gets people when we talk about heart disease, but stroke.
Stroke too.
There's things like peripheral vascular disease, problems with the arteries going down to your body. Kidney disease is part of that as well. Yeah, it's all tied. It's all
scary out there, huh?
Well, like I said, the good news is a lot of this is preventable, and that's what we're trying to teach up here is through recognizing your risk factors, leading a healthy lifestyle, eating properly, exercising. You can really minimize your risk of developing those potentially.
I mean, this community's got to be at lesser risk, I would think. I mean, the active part of the community, I would think.
There are, and I think that I've practiced in San Diego and in Reno, and being up here, I see people are a lot fitter, mainly because of the activities, all the outdoor activities you have here.
But do you still see that? Like, you see the who was the guy, remember? And I'm sure you probably, I mean, when you were going to school, there was the guy that was the short, was that his name? The runner? Remember, he was a big long-distance runner, wrote a book, and he was really famous talking about running and technique and all. And then the guy dropped dead from a heart attack.
Well, that is sudden death in athletes is a whole nother perspective.
Jeez, it's so scary.
That is a lot of those conditions can be recognized too with proper physicals and EKGs done on athletes. But cardiovascular disease should affect everyone, and I encourage everyone to be interested in it.
So, like, I'm sitting here thinking about myself. I'm thinking I'm very active. I eat well. I do the drinking thing in moderation. Try and take care. Really. Yeah. But in a physical, have I gotten, like, because I've gotten a physical not too long ago, and it was like, hey, you look great. Everything's good. I mean, is that enough for me to go, okay, just keep doing what you're doing, or do I need to come in and see you to go, oh crap, your heart is a mess.
No, I don't want to spread widespread panic for everyone. But I think you're doing exactly what you should do, and what I would encourage you to do is to have an annual physical. And on your physical, your doctor is going to check your blood pressure, which is one of the screening tests we use. They'll look at your lab work. They'll look at your cholesterol, look at your blood sugars. All of that can be done on simple blood tests. But if you have a strong family history, and I'm really talking about...
Right, that's a big one, huh?
That is a huge one. Or if you're a smoker. If someone smokes...
And you said last time, and I mean, let's just face it, it's California, it's this town. I mean, we have a dispensary, medical marijuana behind... Cigarettes, we know. I mean, we see the data.
Clearly.
For marijuana, medical marijuana, whatever the heck you want to call it, does that make a big difference, or do we not know yet?
I don't think anyone knows.
Really?
I don't think anyone
knows. Isn't that something?
And I think that... cigarettes have a couple harmful components. One's the nicotine,
of course,
which throws up your heart rate, increases your blood pressure, and then there's carbon monoxide with the cigarettes, which actually starves your heart of the oxygen. So cigarettes, we know, are a perfect storm for developing heart disease.
Smoke in general is bad. I mean, even if you're a firefighter out there breathing, wildland fire's got to be gnarly for you too.
Yeah, it competes with your red blood cells to get oxygen to your body and your heart. As for marijuana, I don't think anyone knows.
Yeah, no one knows yet.
Are
they doing studies?
No.
They're really not. Nobody cares. It's crazy, isn't it?
They just leave it alone.
California is a crazy state, isn't it? Hey, I know last time you talked about this telemedicine program.
We had that up and running. We had our first session this last Monday, and it's working great. And I think
and for people that don't know, what is it?
So telemedicine provides small communities like South Lake Tahoe access to all kinds of specialists. So, it's hard in a small town to have a neurologist or an endocrine doctor. And what they can do is they can buy these portable computers with a high-def camera, put it in the patient room, and on the other end, there's a physician who does a examination with the patient.
Wow.
So you can talk to them, you can look at their meds, ask them how they're doing, and then you have a qualified nurse or medical professional that does the examination on your part. So it's going to allow Barton to access people to high-quality care, which they'd otherwise have to drive to Reno, Carson, San Francisco for.
I love it.
Yeah.
So Dr. David Young, new cardiologist in town, but not new to town. You grew up here, didn't you?
I did grow up here.
Grew up in Incline, right?
I grew up in Incline. Getting ready to move back to Incline.
Oh, you really? You going back up there and then we'll work here, Barton?
Yeah, we're going to spend some time up in Incline.
Do you still have a family home up there?
I still have a family home up there, yeah.
That's great, man. I always think that's so cool, people that have the opportunity to move back into the home that they grew up in. I didn't have that chance. I think that's awesome.
Yeah, I'm really excited about it.
And you have a wife and kids? What do you got going on?
I do. I have a wife. I have 2 kids.
Yeah?
I have a 2-year-old son, and we have a 10-week-old son at home right now. So
10-week-old. Congratulations.
Thank you. He's a great kid.
Well, that's great. Dr. David Young, Barton Cardiology. Are we done? Nope. Yeah, we're going to come back and say goodbye. But thanks for coming in. It's always good to see you.
Yeah, it's good to see you.
Yeah. We'll take a quick break and be back to wrap it up. Stay with us.